cats and the dogs and me. Got a shotgun rifle and a four-wheel drive. Country boys can survive. Country folk can survive.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook, an old dude production. What are we going to do today? We're going to make some yeast bread, 1 loaf. It can be used for sandwich, toast, just eating with some butter on it. I made this yesterday. Didn't have a recipe, just thinking about what I know a little bit about baking. I know that you have to let the yeast rise in some warm water, and I know the flour and all that, and you need to add a little bit of salt and sugar to feed the yeast to get it going. So my wife's a diabetic, Cindy that is, so I was trying to fix her something. She loves bread. We get a lot of bread from our neighbor next door, Miss Jenna Hale. My sponsor on my t-shirts here, Hale's Legendary Flannels. And she brings sourdough over when she's making it. So I thought, well, I won't try to reproduce a sourdough. Why? She does a great job. I'm not going to try to do that. But I love yeast bread. I love the smell and taste of yeast rolls. I remember my grandmother making yeast rolls. It's a pretty lengthy deal. You know, making the dough itself, letting it rise, cutting it back out into the sizes of rolls, letting them rise and then bake. So, you know, I'm going to try to do a shortcut, and I did it yesterday. I actually took some pictures of it. I didn't want to film it because I figured it would fail. So I wasn't going to waste the time of doing a video, but it turned out really good. So here we are this morning. It's 6 a.m. I'm going to try to get this in the oven. It's 5 ingredients. There's yeast, water. If you count water as an ingredient, it goes into it. Flour. I'm using Dr. Bill's candy maple syrup for the sweetener to feed the yeast. And what else? And flour. Did I get all three? I'll have it written down at the end. So let me go back over it. So I got flour, water, yeast, salt, and syrup. Dr. Bill's cane and maple syrup, it's really good stuff. So let's get this party started. I've got some warm water over here. You know, it's like warm bath water. Ain't nothing hot, no craziness there. If you can't stick your rear end in it, it's too hot for that, don't put your yeast in it. So we need one and a half teaspoons of salt. And this is really, you need this bread a little bit. Let me get this. Add 1.5 teaspoons. They're close enough. Close enough for the girls I go with. It's funny, after I had my heart attack, I always loved salt on everything. But I have become salt sensitive. I mean, the taste wise, it's like, oh man, this is too salty. This stuff I've been eating all my life. So, Dr. Bill's. 1.5 tablespoons. So let me pour out a tablespoon. There's about a tablespoon there. I got to hit him up for some more syrup. That'll be about half of it once this is all gone here. I hope I do you proud, Dr. Bill, not just using the syrup on biscuits and pancakes. I think I've got another bottle in there. So you want to stir this around, dissolve the salt. Well, and you can use sugar. I just chose not to. And I'm using pink salt. You can use regular table salt, whatever. And we just use pink salt here at the house. That's what we have. We don't have iodized salt anymore. It looks like it's pretty well blended up. All right. I'm going to sprinkle one packet. Let's see what size packet this is. I don't know if they're different sizes or not. I had this. One packet is 1/4 of an ounce, 2 1/4 teaspoons. That's my Fleshman's. Fleshman's Rapid Rise. Just sprinkle it all over the top. If you're scared about doing bread that you have to knead, I knead bread all the time because I love it, but knead as in working it with your hands, this is an easy one. So I'm going to let this, boy, it smells good already. It's got that smell that I just dearly love. We're going to let this set for 10 minutes, and I'll bring you back for the rest of the party. It's been 10 minutes since I've left this yeast proof. You can see it's worked. It's alive. It's gotten foamy. So I'm just going to stir that around. Make sure it's all well incorporated. I've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Nothing special. Just 3 cups of Wally World's Finest. Every once in a while I'll have self-rising flour, but most of the time I just use this. If I need self-rising, I'll make it by adding baking powder and baking soda. So like I said, this is a pretty easy recipe. You just want to take your, I don't know what, this is just an old spatula that I made in high school out of a crate, out of the bottom rungs on a crate. I don't even know what kind of wood it is. It's been with me for years. I've been in high school 50 something years. I graduated in 71, so, but it still works fine. I noticed somebody had one on sale the other day. They were talking about on their, I don't have a page that you can order stuff because, to be honest, I don't buy a lot of stuff. I try to make do with what I've got, and I'm happy with that. So you can see it's kind of a raggy, shaggy dough, but it's starting to come into a ball. You can see that. And you just want to take and push it together. You might need more water, less water, depends on where you're at. And is it cold or hot or time of year? At altitude, starts say attitude. Yeah, your attitude might cause it to need more. So let's get this over here on my silicone pad. This is the only kneading you're going to have to do. And I don't even know that I would call it kneading. You just want to kind of shape it into a loaf. You can feel the dough's warm. I just turn it into itself until it starts making a loaf. I mean, there's hundreds of different ways. Everybody's got their own way that they knead dough. You just want it incorporated, that's all. try to get it pulled from the outside to the center. This would be the bottom when it's inverted into the pan. This is gonna, once I get it in the pan, I'm gonna let it rise for about 20 minutes. I think I have too much flour on it, but that surely won't hurt. All right. So you can see that's kind of coming into a little loaf looking. Remember, there's just 5 ingredients in this. I've got a loaf pan that's coated with butter. Just flop it in there and send it on its way. I kind of flatten it down. I can already start it feeling that it's warm to the touch, because the yeast is alive and working. And that's it, boys and girls. Let's see if this turns out good. It's got a crack across here. As long as it bakes, it'll be fine. I'm just going to cover it with a dry towel. Put it in a warm place, which is on top of my stove because the oven's on at 400 degrees. And we're going to let it set for 20 minutes. I'll bring you back when I put it in the oven. All right, let's uncover this. It's been 20 minutes. It's risen a little bit. This is not a crazy rise where it rises 3 or 4 in. It's not long enough, and it's not enough sugar to feed the yeast. Still has a wonderful flavor. So, I don't have one of those special knives that you score the top of bread loaves with. So I'm going to see if I can do it with my old trusty knife I made years ago. It's pretty sharp. How's that? Yeah, you can see some little lines across it. All right, into the oven she goes for 20 minutes. Let me go ahead and set my timer. 20 minutes. I'm gonna set it for 20 and check it. If it needs a little bit more, it's no problem. I'll just leave it in a few more minutes. All right, there she goes. I'm setting it right in the middle of my center rack and in the center of the center rack. That way it gets air all the way around it. There she is. We'll see you in about 20 minutes. So what am I going to do for the next 20 minutes? I'm going to eat breakfast. For the first 10 minutes I cracked some eggs and put it in my skillet and covered it and turned it on low. Put my jalapeno in there with them. They're ready to come out. There she is, boys and girls. 3 hen's fruits, scorched jalapeno. Let's see how she looks. Oh, she's rising to the occasion. Good crusty rustic bread. Probably about 5 more minutes. All right, let's see. I believe she's ready. It's been about 5 minutes. I've got a pretty suntan on it. Oh yeah, see if I can get this out without burning myself bad. There she is. fresh out of the oven. Looking good. I see my little stripes. I think the other side decided it wanted to come up and meet the stripes. Maybe I should have just cut one straight down the center. I'm new to all this. I bet it eats the same though. It sure looks good and it smells wonderful. It sure does smell good. Completely done. Like a bass drum sound when it's finished. Boy, it looks pretty too. Let's get it out and get it on the cooling rack. This bread has a wonderful smell to it. The yeast smell, and you can pick up just a hint of that cane and maple syrup, the little sweetness that it gives it. Like I say, I baked one yesterday and it's wonderful tasting, so thought I'd do it this time and excuse me, put it all on the video so you could see it step by step. Let's get it turned out onto the cooling rack. Bottom looks pretty. There she is, boys and girls. In about 20 more minutes, just to let it cool down. And let's take a slice of this and get a bite and see what it tastes like this morning. Crispy on the outside. So it's soft on the inside. Crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. That could be me. There she is, boys and girls. Well, nice and soft. This makes a. Yesterday I was telling my wife when we were testing it, make a great sandwich bread. Oh my goodness. Or great toast. Let's get a little bit of bite with some butter. Alright, let's put a little butter. Like my butter knife. Works good. Let's get a bite just like this. My goodness, that's good. That's so good. How about gilding the lily? Adding a little extra. I got this Dr. Bill's. It's basically empty. I've turned it upside down to let everything come in there. So double Dr. Bill's in the recipe. And that's it. Trash for that one. I've got another whole one here. It's crazy good. Don't be scared to make a yeast bread. This is minimal. You can do it. You see me do it this morning, and it turns out great. This second loaf I made. It's low in sugar because there's no sugar added. Yes, it has some syrup in it, but it's not sweet. It's just the right of sweetness you want in bread. As I'm talking with my mouth full of hot buttered syrup bread. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Give me a thumbs up if you like these recipes. Let me know if you've ever made yeast bread. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you've made yeast bread before, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing right, because I'm new to this. See y'all later.
shotgun